So coming to the current scenario with the global COVID-19 pandemic going on, tell us what you are probably talking to some data and analytics leaders. What is the perspective that you have in terms of how this pandemic will impact data science initiatives within the enterprises? And how do you think analytics teams can respond to this?
Yeah, I mean, I think with the pandemic, it's definitely fundamentally changing pretty much every organization. Unfortunately, some organizations have seen a significant downturn in their overall business, and so it has impacted people, even data scientists within some organizations. So if you look at the travel industry, so hotels and airlines, they have seen a significant drop in their business, and unfortunately, a lot of folks have fundamentally lost their job, even as data scientists or in the data space. On the other hand, there are a lot of businesses that, because of the move to digital and a lot of the analytic drives that are actually increasing, there has been a surge in demand for analytics and data science skills in other industries. So I think in general, what we're seeing is that the pandemic has really accelerated the digital adoption. So most folks like us today, we're working remotely. We're not working in an office, which means that our method of communicating has changed, but also just the method of making decisions has changed. And a lot of that is significantly increasing the demand for data and data science activities. So if you kind of look at the industries that have not been traumatically impacted by the pandemic, like I said, travel is a great example, that just something where they have an 80% drop in their business. Outside of that, I think there's really has been a significant increase in government organizations and manufacturing to really take advantage of data as a strategic asset. So, I think after we see a little bit of a tail on the situation around the pandemic, there's still going to be a fundamental change in the way the businesses operate. And I think it's accelerated digital, and it's also accelerated using data and analytics as a key way to drive decision making.
Like you said, data is increasingly seen as a strategic asset. In fact, some people call this the data decade. Looking ahead a few years from now, what excites you most about developments in the data and analytics field?
Yeah, and like I said earlier, I mean, I've been doing this for over 30 years. So I've been excited about data for 3 decades already. The thing that excites me is that there's even a new passion around data and the use of data. Some of the emerging technologies like the deep learning and machine learning, new algorithms and ways to incorporate data. I think the thing that excites me the most is that data and analytics is now squarely a discussion point at the board level of most organizations. When I started this journey 30 years ago, data was an interesting discussion, but it was a discussion that was really happening at a manager level or a director level in the organization, how to help make some decisions. But today, for a variety of reasons, most board discussions include, how to make sure that an organization is leveraging not only the data that they have within the organization, but also understanding how they can leverage external data to really have an impact on the operation of their organization. So, like I said, I think that's the thing that's most exciting to me, is that this discussion is now at the top of almost every organization, and the demand for how to use data as a strategic asset, it is really something that, I guess to your point, some people are referring to this as the data decade. I think it's really because people are really understanding that they have to figure out how to use data as a strategic asset. It's not a good to have, it's a must have.